Welcome. I am John Edak, the chairman of the Surplus Line Association of California. I will now call to order the California session of the Surplus Line Association annual meeting. In lieu of a roll call, licensed members signed in when registering this morning. Please make sure if you hold an individual license or if you are an authorized representative of an organizational licensee that you sign the list of meeting attendees. The sign-in list will be counted to determine whether a quorum is established. If a quorum is not established, a vote will be conducted following this meeting. I would now like to introduce the head table. To my left, Les Ross with Crump Insurance Services, who served as vice chairman for 2009, and I'm letting you in on a secret, he's the incoming chairman, if approved. James Woods with Dewey LaBeouf, who serves as our legal counsel. Pat Hanley, Associates Insurance Services, who served as secretary treasurer. Sorry, Ted, I missed you there. Ted Pierce, the Surplus Lines Association executive director. And immediately to my left, Joy Irvin with the Surplus Lines Association, who serves as the director of the stamping office. I'll now call on Pat Hanley, who will read our resolution.
Good morning, everyone. When involved in meetings or other activities of the association, members of the association should be mindful of the antitrust laws and not engage in discussions or conduct with the purpose or effect, directly or indirectly, of fixing or stabilizing premiums or producer compensation, engaging in bid rigging or false quotes for insurance, engaging in potential anti-competitive conduct or activities that could adversely affect the cost, quality, or availability of insurance products or services, or engaging in any other anti-competitive conduct or activities affecting their businesses or the business of insurance. Members are advised that violations of state or federal antitrust laws may result in civil and/or criminal penalties, and that any member acting contrary to the intent of this resolution shall be subject to disciplinary action under the association's constitution. Members are advised that violations of state or federal antitrust laws may result in civil and/or criminal penalties, and that any member acting contrary to the intent of this resolution shall be subject to disciplinary action under the association's constitution. And I just read that twice, didn't I? Was that repeated? I don't know. If I read it twice, I was doubly important. So I want to really hammer that point home. Okay.
Yes, you're right.
I don't feel the need to read it a third time, so I'm just going to sit down now.
There'll be a quiz later, I guess. Next, I will ask for the reading of the minutes of the previous meeting. May I have a motion to waive the reading of the last minutes? Do we have a second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. I'd now like to give you my annual chairman's report. So again, welcome. Thank you for attending the 2010 SLA annual meeting. I appreciate your support for the association. And we have a pretty good showing here today, so that's good. At the beginning of 2009, I appointed 5 individuals to serve as chairperson of each of the SLA standing committees. I would now like to thank those committee chairs and their committee members for their commitment of time and energy to the SLA over the past year. They are Les Ross, Vice Chairman and Head of the Stamping Committee. Les served as my reliable eyes and ears on the stamping office floor, and together we forged a sound budget for 2010. Pam Quillisi, head of the Information Technology Committee. And believe me, technology is a part of all of our lives. Pam deftly oversaw the SLA completion of software development with the software developed Satyam Computer Services. Hank Haldeman, head of the Legislative Committee. Hank is our key eyes and ears on legislative and regulatory matters and has served with the association in a volunteer capacity for over 25 years. We hope to get another 25 out of Hank. He's really on his game. Bob Gilbert, head of the Education Committee. Bob scheduled education seminars throughout the year and has already scheduled seminars through the first half of 2010. Jerry Sullivan, head of the Admitted Market Liaison Committee. Jerry has established open communication with California trade associations, represented the admitted markets. Jerry recently completed his third state capital trip with his committee. I also want to give special thanks to two fellow executive officers who stepped up for double duty. They are Les Ross and Pat Hanley. Les did double duty as vice chairman and chairman of the stamping committee. I also want to thank Pat for his double duty as secretary treasurer and chairman of the ad hoc committee on the Western States Surplus Lines Conference for 2012. The sequence of the conferences has changed a bit. Joy will advise you of when the next one's coming up and when the next few are, but the order of states has been changed a little. So thank you for helping out California, Pat. Many thanks to both of you for your service to the SLA, and I truly enjoyed working with you. I want to thank the nominating committee for performing the challenging task of producing the slate of nominees for the 2010 Executive Committee. I want to thank our General Counsel, Jim Woods. You've seen him over the years. Sometimes he's out in the audience with his mic on. We were talking about today, his presentation will not include that. Jim is with Dewey LaBeouf, and we thank him for all of his fine work that he and they perform for this SLA. Jim, without your expertise and diligence, the SLA would not be what it is today. We thank you. Many thanks to the Executive Committee for a great year. The Executive Committee members were asked to attend a record 8 meetings, whereas 3 meetings has been the norm. So their wonderful, friendly chairman pushed them a little more this year. So thank you for your extraordinary time and effort in the past year, and I'm sure that 2010 will require a lot of work as well. Finally, thanks to the SLA Executive Director, Ted Pierce, and Director of the Stamping Office, Joy Irvin, and staff for a great job running the largest state surplus line association in the nation. In the past year, the Executive Committee and the Stamping Committee approved an increase in the stamping fee from 0.225% to 0.25% effective February 1st, 2010. This increase in the stamping fee is driven by the expected shortfall in process premium and not due necessarily to an increase in expenses which have remained steady over the past few years. The projected process premium volume for 2010 is $4 billion, which represents about a 14% decline from the prior year. I don't think that surprises many in the audience. In early 2009, the Executive and Stamping Committees set 3 strategic goals for the year as follows. Communicate the needs and requirements for professionalism among the changing membership profile. Solicit input from various types and sizes of surplus line brokers about their needs and preferences for member services. And number 3, boost productivity for brokers and reduce costs by maximizing automation of the SLA. A year later, we can say that we have made excellent strides towards achieving these goals based upon the feedback from the web-based member survey taken in September. Through the 559 respondents, or roughly 13% of all surplus line broker licensees, the result of the survey indicate that you, the SLA members, are satisfied with the SLA external communications and productivity, but what you, the brokers, said loud and clear is that you want the SLA to improve the stamping office electronic filing system. In response, the SLA has entered into a contract with Infinity Software. The firm has created the electronic filing systems for the states of Florida, Mississippi, Washington, and the Nevada stamping offices. We're looking at completion of the improved broker electronic filing system in 2Q 2010. In early December 2009, the SLA completed a contract with Satyam Computer Services, which rewrote the SLA system that automates the receipt and processing of broker filings, as well as facilitate electronic education seminar registration and SLA internal administration. I want to thank the SLA information technology staff for seeing this project through to completion, and I want to thank the members of the SLA data processing department for their diligent effort to test the new computer system and helping to make this a successful software development effort. In conclusion, I leave you with an organization that has an enthusiastic volunteer leadership, professional management, good governance, and ongoing excellent relations with the brokers, carriers, regulators, legislators, and consumers. I think we're headed in the right direction, and I have high expectations for the SLA in the coming years. Thank you.